Disclaimer. Dreadful shadows taking no responsibilities for errors or omissions in the contents of the service. In no event shall dreadful shadows be liable for any special, direct, indirect, mental, physical, consequential, or incidental damages for any damages whatsoever, whether in an action of contract, negligence or other tort, arising out of or in connection with the use of the service or the contents of the service. Dreadful Shadows channel reserves the right to make additions, deletions, or modification to the contents on the service at any time without prior notice. Watch at your own risk.
I wandered through the bustling shopping mall, its vibrant lights and cheerful music creating an illusion of tranquility. The scent of freshly baked goods wafted through the air, luring shoppers into stores filled with temptations. Little did I know that amidst the glittering storefronts and smiling faces a sinister force awaited. As I strolled through the labyrinthine corridors, a sense of unease settled within me. The usual chatter of shoppers became muted, and a chilling breeze whispered through the empty spaces. I tried to dismiss it as my imagination playing tricks, but the weight of the atmosphere was undeniable. Entering a boutique, I found myself surrounded by racks of clothing. The sales assistants wore forced smiles, their eyes betraying a hidden fear. Something was amiss, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. My footsteps echoed as I moved deeper into the store, drawn to a dimly lit section at the back. As I approached, the air grew heavy, suffocating my senses. A mirror stood alone, its ornate frame exuding an air of mystique. My reflection stared back at me, but its eyes held a haunting emptiness, devoid of life. A shiver ran down my spine as I realized the mirror held secrets beyond my comprehension. Leaving the boutique, I found myself inexplicably drawn to a hidden passage, concealed behind a cascading waterfall display. Curiosity mingled with trepidation as I ventured into the unknown. The sounds of the mall faded into a distant hum, replaced by an eerie silence that sent chills down my spine. The passage led me into a dimly lit corridor, its walls adorned with faded posters and peeling paint. The air grew colder, and a feeling of being watched intensified. Shadows danced along the walls, their twisted forms mocking my presence. I pressed forward, unable to resist the allure of the unknown. Each step echoed through the empty corridor, amplifying my growing anxiety. The air grew thick with an oppressive energy, as if unseen hands were reaching out to restrain me. A door appeared at the end of the corridor, its rusted hinges groaning in protest as I pushed it open. I entered a vast chamber, its walls adorned with eerie symbols and ancient artifacts. The air crackled with supernatural energy, sending shivers down my spine. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested a mysterious artifact. Its beauty was undeniable, but its malevolence was palpable. A voice echoed through the chamber, a haunting melody that promised power and destruction. Compelled by a force beyond my control, I reached out to touch the artifact. In that instant, the world twisted, reality warping into a nightmare. The shopping mall transformed into a desolate wasteland, its once lively corridors now overrun with darkness and decay. Phantoms emerged from the shadows, their eyes gleaming with madness. They circled me, their ethereal forms whispering ancient secrets and curses. The lines between the living and the dead blurred, trapping me in a purgatory of terror. In a desperate bid for escape, I tried to retrace my steps, but the mall had become an ever-shifting maze. Time distorted, stretching into an eternity of torment. Panic gripped my heart as I realized that I had become a pawn in a malevolent game, trapped in an endless loop of horror. And then, just as hope began to wane, a glimmer of light pierced through the darkness. A voice called out, cutting through the cacophony of madness. It was a fellow survivor, someone who had also fallen victim to the mall's twisted grasp. Together we fought our way through the nightmarish realm, evading the phantoms and navigating the treacherous maze. Finally, as dawn broke on the horizon, we emerged from the depths of the mall, gasping for breath and trembling with exhaustion. We stood outside, our bodies battered but our spirits resilient. The shopping mall, once a place of consumerist delight, now stood as a testament to the horrors we had witnessed. The twisted secrets it held had been exposed, but the scars they left behind would forever haunt our souls. As I walked away from that wretched place, I couldn't help but wonder how many others would be lured into its deceitful embrace. The shopping mall remained, a facade of normalcy hiding the unspeakable horrors that awaited the unsuspecting. And I vowed never to set foot in its deceptive corridors again, forever wary of the true darkness that can lurk behind the mask of everyday life.